the breath together. Even the way they move their head to kind of know when they're moving. Welcome back to my channel, Renegades. If you like philosophical questions like I do, you do love Ren and Chinchilla. The conversations they have and the songs they've done together, the ones that I've seen so far, are very deep. So let's take a look at How to Be Me, which, I don't know, that is a good question. Let's see what they sing about it. I love their conversation, how they look at each other. I love that first part.
I don't feel safe in this bed. There are voices in my head. I've been talking to the dead, and the fear baptized me. My kingdom turned to dust, and I watched all my riches rust. Have I lost the Midas touch, or do sad eyes blind me? Over and over we go, over the hills and the valleys below. Oh, and it follows me home, and it suffocates me. No, I can't breathe. I said, oh, I can't breathe. All I know is I forgot how to be me. I don't feel safe in these halls. There are bruises on the walls. There are bodies in the floors.
In the floors?
And they breathe so loudly.
Creepy.
I wish I could move, get up and walk right out this tomb. Do our saviors die too soon? For my sins surround me. Over and over we go, over the hills and the valleys below. Oh, and it follows me, and it suffocates me. I can't breathe. I said, oh, I can't breathe. All I know is I forgot how to be me. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Where is my God? Where are you? Hallelujah. Nothing is pulling me through. Hallelujah. When I don't know how to be. Hallelujah. I forgot how to be me.
Ooh.
When he gave up the fight, a quick decision late in the night that stayed with me for all of my life. I miss you so.
Ooh, okay. Let me take a breath first. Whew. This draws you in. It's like, you know what? An artist has done an amazing job when it's almost like I'm exhausted watching it in a very positive way because they've made me think, they've made me feel, they've made me just be there right with them, going through it and living through it and feeling all the things and facing all the problems and all the confrontations that I'm having with myself here. And that is an amazing job. And it's so simple, yet so complex what they do. And we're going to go back and take a look at the details. Vocally, I just love how Chinchilla, she just, like, it's nothing. She goes, she just goes in her head voice, which, you know, not everyone can do it. I love how her voice is so raw. It's not like from a technical perspective, you know, as a vocal coach and someone like, you know, if you were to sing in musical theater, like with a like pristine technique, you would change a few things around. It's not the most grounded, supported, open sound. It's a little bit in the throat. It's a little shaky sometimes, but it's not because you can't do it any other way. It's her signature sound. It makes it sound so raw and vulnerable and real and just so very authentic and, you know, just not overly, oh, this is all just about vocal technique and being perfect about it. This is about the expression. And, you know, here's the thing, an actor, they're not always in their projecting voice. You know, if you're acting in a theater, you know, doing a Hamlet or something, you have to project. But when you're an actor for a Hollywood movie where they're closing up, it's like you can like use all these different voice colors. Like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And that's what she's doing. And that's what they're both doing. So let's go back and really take a look and kind of take it apart a bit. I just love this, like. And they're taking a nice breath together. And they're taking a look at each other. That's how they can be so parallel and together, because they're really, really communicating with their eyes. Nice breaths. And then she goes high. He goes also the other octave. And I love how he also does it in head voice because, you know, the intervals are close together. You know, when the intervals are close together, you hear almost like a buzzing sound in your ears. And it's very cool. I love how they're so parallel in their sliding and their phrasing.
I don't feel safe in this bed.
See, when you're singing that, it's not, I don't feel safe in this bed. That's not what we want here. We want to hear the vulnerability. I don't feel safe in this bed. I mean, this is in his key, but it's just like, they're singing the right pitches, but it's not about, oh, I'm projecting. It's about getting the emotion.
There are voices in my head,
which could be scary.
I've been talking to the dead.
Definitely scary.
And the fear baptized me.
See, I love how that, like, they're taking these breaks. Fear baptized me. It's almost like, can I breathe? I just love how that is an effect. And that song is really cool.
My kingdom turned to dust, and I watched all my riches rust.
Love those lyrics.
Have I lost the Midas touch, or do sad eyes blind me?
And I notice here, I'm pretty sure that's what I'm hearing. I mean, this is live, and I think they're using the exact same microphone that I have here. It's not an extremely expensive, it's not really cheap, but it's also not a very expensive one when you compare it to like studio mics. This is not, this is just like a kind of a speech all-purpose kind of mic. I think this is the one they're using, it's pretty decent. They're not using a lot of tech. It's really just very, very simple, just one mic per singer, and then for the guitar, I think he has another mic that is connected. But if you listen carefully, you hear that when they're singing together and those stretches there, when they're having those longer phrases, you hear a lot more reverb. And I feel like on her voice, you can hear more reverb. And then when they're having these short pitches where everything kind of is more exposed and no guitar going on, it's drier. There's not as much reverb. I mean, there is post-production going on, but not in a way that is like, oh, we're not manipulating the vocals. They're not manipulated at all. Just the reverb effect. And that's just a matter of space, giving it space. And when you're singing those short pitches, it just bleeds into the next pitch. If you leave a lot of reverb that has like a long tail on it, I think that's what they're doing here. So it sounds more like you're in the room with them.
Over and over we go, over the hills and the valleys below. Oh, and it follows me home, and it suffocates.
Dry sound.
Me.
Now a lot of reverb again. I love how they got into that. Listen to it again. It's like it's connected. Da 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 da. So nicely connected. I always say that. He's like, there's always a connection piece between the parts of a song. So don't just abruptly, usually it's not abruptly ended and the next one starts, but it's like the end of one section is the setup for the next. And this is really comes across here. Now, next section.
I can't breathe. I said, oh.
I love how they're so parallel, which is not easy. They had to practice that a few times. Oh,
I can't breathe. I said, oh.
Nice and short.
I can't breathe. All I know.
A lot of head voice for both of them.
Is I forgot how to be me.
That's a scary thing. I totally get it. It's like, I forgot how to be me. It's like, because we're trying to be everything that's expected. And I see this. I have 3 kids. You know, I have an older daughter. She's 12, about to be 13. And then I have 3-year-old twins. And I can see the difference. You know, the 3-year-olds, they're like 100% themselves. They don't think about like, what does it look like to others? They don't care yet. They don't have that awareness. They're just instinct driven, basically. And then the 12-year-old, it's like, you know, becoming a teenager and in puberty. And it's like, it's so much about what do others expect? What do I need to be? And I need to be liked, and I need to be this, and I need to be that. But then my mom wants this, and my friend wants that. And there are a lot of conflicts. And then when we grow up, of course, we kind of have these things that we put on ourselves. It's like, this is what I expect of myself, and this is what the world expects of me, but this is what I really want to do. And there are all these battles going on inside of ourselves. And this is kind of what it means to me here. Like, I forgot how to be me, because it's like you're trying to be everything that is expected. And there are a lot of battles that some people really have with themselves. And some people kind of go through that easier. But I love that song because it really just like addresses that. Okay, can I just say one thing? Anything in a song that is not a word that we can understand, it can never just be unintentionally. It's like, oh, I'm just doing an ooh and an ah and a yay. No, it always has to have a motivation. And this is the perfect example here. They make it mean so much. It's not just you know what they mean. I mean, look at how they look at each other, and look how they're singing it, and look how they're phrasing it, how heartfelt it is. And from, of course, vocally, technically, I've explained it. I mean, there's a lot of head voice going on. Their breaths are always very much together. I love that. So placement isn't like, it's not like, oh, it's not the projecting. That's not what it's about. It's the intimacy and the vulnerability that we want here, the emotions. The breath together. Even the way they move their head to kind of know when they're moving.
In these holes, there are bruises on the walls.
I love how she's now taking the very low voice, which is very, very, very low for a female voice. And he's actually taking the harmony. But it's so low that it's almost like they have to whisper. But I love that transition here. It's that high, and now it's like, oh, it's almost that whisper.
There are bodies in the floors.
That is like the creepiest thing. There are bodies in the floors. I don't know. How am I supposed to imagine that? That's something that would give me nightmares. There are bodies in the floors. I've been watching a lot of true crime, and that's like, oh, it's giving me the EBGBs here.
And they breathe.
So
loudly. I wish I could move. Get up and walk right out this tomb. Do our saviors die too soon? For my sins surround me over and over.
And now they're taking turns. Kind of the canon. And now she has to kind of shorten that to be there with the same word. Suffocates me.
Suffocates me.
I love how their intonation is really good here. And now I love how she's now belting it out. Now, oh, I can't breathe. It's just like very intense now. And head voice again. That shocked me. It was like, I didn't expect a hallelujah in there. It's almost like the Leonard Cohen. The hallelujah doesn't always mean the same like we do. Here in Germany, a lot of wedding couples, they want the Leonard Cohen hallelujah in church. And it's like, well, the word hallelujah sounds like it's very appropriate for church, but like listen to the actual lyrics of the song. It's not exactly a song you would maybe sing at church, but this is very appropriate here, but very unexpected because hallelujah could mean a lot.
Where is my God? Where are you? Hallelujah. Nothing is pulling me through.
And you know what? Here she's like occasionally very, very slightly on the sharp end of the pitch. And I'm not saying she's sharp. She's on the higher end of the pitch. But it doesn't bother me at all. It's almost like a violinist. You can't always be in the center of the pitch. Sometimes it actually creates the effect of tension when you're a little bit on the high side of the pitch. And for me here, it doesn't bother me because it's like, it just gives me that tension. And it's not the wrong pitch yet. It's not enough. There. She's on the high side, but it gives that, it just rubs a bit. And here it looked like it was gonna be the end. And I love that it's not the end. It's not stopping here. We're taking a breath and we're going back to that intimate, like it started.
When he gave up the fight, a quick decision late in the night that stayed with me for all of my life. I miss you so.
I love that. I miss you so. Is that me? Like the me that he's missing? How to be me? Because I don't know how to be me anymore. And sometimes you were like, with Ren's words and these songs, they're so deep. And of course, you have to know a lot of his story. I know some of his story. I haven't really followed it that closely. I haven't watched all of his content. He puts out lots of reels, lots of short videos where he kind of talks about things that are going on and stuff and his story. But I know enough to know that like these battles, it's his way to deal with his past and where he is now and how he's going through that. And I understand that because I kind of had that, I always did that. I dealt with things in my life through my music that I wrote. It's the best way, not just singing songs that someone else wrote, but actually writing your own songs. And the heartbreaking songs, I don't know, for me, they were always the most healing, because it's like you write a song like that, very melancholic, very heartbreaking, very, very deep. I don't know, it's almost like now you're getting it out, and afterwards it's like it's not in you anymore. It's like you gave it life and now it exists outside of you also. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I always felt. Thank you so much for watching. If you are a singer yourself and you want to learn how to support properly, because that's what you need to have that control over your voice, to sing high and low and to sing these really heartbreaking voice colors, then check out my free course, 7 Days to Perfect Support. I will put the link below. And until next time, my friends, always keep a song in your heart and always keep on singing. Singing can be very healing. Bye for now.